Good afternoon. Thanks for joining us here on CTV News at 5. We begin with the sudden cancellation of Caribana in Kitchener. It was supposed to be the festival's third year in the city, but today officials pulled the plug just 10 days ahead of the event. Let's join CTV's Karis Mapp live with more. Karis, what have you heard from organizers?
Well, Leanne, I spoke with the interim director of Caribana Arts Group earlier today. He said a recent change in the organization's management has made it difficult to carry on with the local installment of the event. Kitchener's chapter, called Caribana Ignite, first made its way through the downtown core in 2024. It marked one of the largest carnival celebrations in North America, aside from the event in Toronto. This year, a glow party was scheduled for August 11th before the iconic street parade was set to happen the following day. Organizers say it wasn't an easy decision to cancel the event so close to the date, but they do plan to do the festival justice in years to come.
We would have loved to have made the decision earlier because, of course, that bodes better for the people in the community who some people are planning their vacations perhaps. And, they say, well, we want to be here for that time and that sort of thing. And we apologize for that. That's unfortunate. But at the end of the day, because there was a transfer of leadership within the organization itself, some of the people that are now coming into that, like myself, were not knowledgeable enough about the Caribana Ignite.
At 6, I'll have comment from the City of Kitchener and the plans for the celebration in the future. Leanne.
Okay, Karis, thanks for that. CTV's Karis Mapp. The Region of Waterloo's Director of Transit Services says they're working on ways to improve snow clearing at bus stops in the future, saying the problems that cropped up last winter can't be repeated.
In short, Council, we can't run it back like we did last year. It was a significant impact on riders. We don't want people climbing over snowbanks, and we've got to do a better job.
Doug Spooner says regional staff are now preparing a revised winter maintenance tender for the upcoming season. And they're looking at ways to include incentives for quick or priority clearance, as well as penalties. And while right now bus stops have to be cleared 48 hours after a snowfall, they're also going to ask for a quote on what it would cost to get the job done in 24 hours. Regional councillors also approved a motion to explore ways to improve the reporting system when a bus stop isn't cleared. Snow is not something that's in our forecast today. Thankfully, we're still in summer. Krista Sharpe with us in studio with the weather. Great to see you.
Yes. Doesn't that shot make you appreciate the warmth we have right now, though?
Yes, it most certainly does.
Because especially come August, you start to, I think, sort of take advantage of all these summer days and forget how cold and slippery it gets outside.
And how close it is right around the corner.
And how close. I know Halloween items are already in stores.
Yeah.
That's scary to think that. Fall, I like fall, though. I can't get fall.
Yeah, but not yet.
But winter is a few months away still. So let's take a look at our forecast as of right now. Rather, not our forecast, but our current conditions. It's 26 degrees right now in Waterloo Region. Our barometer on the higher side at 101.3, and those winds coming from the northwest at a very light 15 kilometers per hour. Taking a look at the satellite radar, we're looking at dry conditions tonight. Some precipitation to the south of us, but we're not going to see any until closer to your Wednesday morning. Right now, for temperatures, it's 25 in Mount Forest and in Wyerton, 23 in Goderich, and 26 in Hamilton. Taking a look outside right now, you can see those dry conditions, sunshine. Go find a patio. Go find a park to walk through. Have a picnic. It's a beautiful night. I hope you enjoy it.
All right, we'll take a quick break. We'll tell you what you need to know as we do. The Red Raccoon Bike Rescue Group is hosting a free bike repair event later this month. It's happening at Forest Heights Library August 26th at 6 p.m. You can find out more online.
Download the CTV News app and stay on top of local stories as they unfold.
We go to a dramatic scene unfolding.
Customize your feed and watch live wherever you are. CTVKitchener.ca, your home for news.
Drivers are being urged to fill up today ahead of an expected jump at the pumps tomorrow. The cost of gas is set to rise 6 cents overnight, according to Canadians for Affordable Energy President Dan McTagg. That would bring the average cost to just under $1.69 at most stations in southwestern Ontario. McTagg is also predicting that diesel will rise by 12 cents to roughly $2.21 a litre. The Guelph Humane Society is trying to find the owner of a rare rescue. Over the weekend, a 5-foot boa constrictor was found in the town of Arthur and brought to the Guelph Humane Society. Staff had to buy a new container to house the large serpent. They're searching for the owner, but say if they can't find them, they'll have to rehome the snake.
In the event that the snake is unclaimed, we will look for a new home for it. Now, not every municipality allows for snakes in their animal control bylaws, so we do encourage everybody to check with their local municipality before applying to adopt a snake, certainly of this size and species or breed.
Staff say despite its size, this boa constrictor is not dangerous, but will require a large enclosure. CTV's Jeff Pickle will have more at 6. The city of Brantford is stepping up security measures in the downtown core, installing 2 code blue emergency phones. Whether it's a medical episode or a shaken sense of security, users just push a button to connect with a 911 dispatcher. The city says the added measure helps people who might not have a cell phone to contact emergency services. The phones were installed in Harmony Square last month and have already been used. They're part of a pilot project that'll help determine whether more code blues should be installed in other parts of the downtown core.
We had someone who was approached and robbed of their belongings in the area. The first item that was actually taken was their cell phone, so they were unable to contact 911 after the incident had occurred. So in a situation like that, that individual would be able to approach the code blue system and request immediate emergency assistance.
In the next hour, CTV's Alexandra Hollick will show us how the community feels about the security enhancements stationed in the square. Stay with us. We have more coming up on CTV News at 5, including this week's edition of Get Growing. As we take you to break, we'll check our Need to Know calendar. Head over to the big screen at Cambridge's Gaslight District tonight for a free screening of Goat. Showtime is 7 p.m. Make sure to bring a chair and a blanket. The event's happening rain or shine. Stay with us.
Can you believe we're already in August? It's unreal. Summer's flying by, but we've got to take some time to talk about black walnut trees because they're a native plant found all over the region, but they've got some unique properties we've got to consider if we have them in our yards.
They do. So how do you recognize this little darling? Again, it's a native, grows really, really fast. So in the first 3 or 4 years, expect it to do 3 to 5 feet a year. Wow. This particular, when you look at it, this is actually one leaf. So it's got 11 to 13 individual leaflets. Okay. It does produce a nut. We'll see that in the fall. Now, black walnuts also produce a toxin called juglone. Okay. And that toxin comes out of the leaf and comes out of the root tips itself, right? So it's not, you're less toxic in the soil at the trunk, you're more toxic as you get towards the edge of the leaves.
Oh, interesting. Okay.
And that toxin, that juglone, causes other plants for their cell walls to collapse. Oh. So they don't take up the water the same way and they don't take up nutrients the same way.
Right. So there's important plants that you should consider gardening around or planting around. Yes. And maybe ones to avoid.
You got it. So the ones we have on the table in front of us today, these are things that will live quite happily with the black walnut. Okay. Now, no different than people. They're all going to have slightly different personalities. So sometimes it takes a little bit more coaching. Gotcha. Here we are. Yeah. Right? But if we take a peek at what's on your side, we largely have sun-loving things. Okay. So in terms, if you take a quick whiff of that one.
Oh, that's beautiful.
That's a Daphne.
Oh, lovely.
And Daphnes stay relatively short, so look for something that's about 2.5 to 3 feet. Semi-evergreen and fragrant, gorgeous.
Beautiful.
We've got some cone flowers. So that one's a native. And then we've got the orange one scooping around the corner just to give some color. really good for pollinators.
Now, is this guy a succulent?
That is a succulent. Woohoo! You bet.
I'm learning stuff, guys.
So this is a sedum, and sedums flower from August to November.
Okay.
So you're going to get a fair amount of color, and they're tough. So if you accidentally forget to water it, it's okay.
Okay, and we've got this beautiful pink flower.
We do. Now that was
here.
a Rose of Sharon.
Nice.
Now we had a bumblebee visit that just before we aired, so it's really good for attracting pollinators too.
And still lots of buds on this plant.
You got it. So flowers August, September, and October, and that plant gets a good 8 feet.
Oh wow.
8 by 8, right?
That's incredible.
Yes.
Now we got to talk about this gorgeous tree
on the side,
because it is just too cool. I love the shape of these leaves.
Very much so. This is a liquid amber or a sweet gum.
Okay.
So green, shiny leaves for most of the season, and then it turns a beautiful, beautiful burnt red in the fall.
So some beautiful options still able to plant for fall flowering.
Absolutely.
Incredible.
And again, when we're underneath or near a black walnut, near is actually a problem too.
Yes.
You need to choose your plant choices very, very carefully.
Now what happens if you choose maybe a plant that isn't as suitable?
Well, ultimately it'll start to wilt.
Okay.
And at some point it'll just start to shrivel.
Oh, that's no good.
So never good.
No.
Right? So we can either, for ground covers, there's creeping juniper. There's a perennial geranium.
Beautiful.
For the shade loving on my side. Now this is an anemone. You were looking at this one earlier.
Very neat looking. It almost looks like a grape leaf.
It does. It does. Part shade to full shade. Most of these things here will do part shade to full shade. You've got the coral bells, and this one you can sneak in the sun.
Oh, lovely.
The dark leaves will sneak into the sun. If you've got a light, like yellow leaf coral bell, that's going to be more of a shade thing.
Okay.
Around the corner in the front, there's a lungwort or pulmonaria. Now this one flowers in April and May.
Lungwort isn't a justified name for how beautiful this flowers.
Gorgeous, gorgeous flowers. Good for cutting gardens and good for pollinators. We've got some astilbe, so we're just seeing the last of the astilbe flowers. Of course, hostas.
Yes.
And hostas like dry shade. So when we think about a really big black walnut, it's going to be no different than a big maple. We're casting a lot of shade, and those roots are taking a lot of water and a lot of energy.
Okay. Now this is a fruit tree, but this is for birds.
This is for
not
birds.
for humans.
Yes. So this is actually a shrub. This is something called a viburnum.
Okay.
This is a native arrowwood, flowered in June. Beautiful white flat clusters, kind of like a Queen Anne's lace.
Okay.
And then you get these phenomenal dark blueberries.
Lovely.
And again, turns burnt red in the fall.
So very beautiful plants that take you through the end of the season, let's say.
Absolutely. So we're hitting fall, we're hitting summer, and we're also walnut friendly.
Okay, so as you know, black walnut trees found very locally.
Yes.
What's your advice for people maybe moving into a new place?
Take a look at what you have in your yard. And again, if we take a peek at our sample here, we also need to take a look at what's in your neighbor's yard.
Okay.
Right? Because if it's a big tree in your neighbor's, you may not have the actual tree itself, but because the juglone is emitted right out of the tips, and again, root tips too. So the bigger problem is at the drip edge.
Yes.
As you get closer and closer and closer to the trunk, you have less toxic problems, but you now have more shade problems.
Okay, well there you go. If you find some black walnut in your yards, make sure to take inventory and then come in and see you.
You got it.
Okay, thanks, Tanya.
See you soon.
Well, it is a perfect August day to be out there in the garden because the weather was pretty gorgeous out there today.
Yes. Do you have a green thumb?
I don't.
Me
I'm
neither.
learning.
I have tried learning. I have given up. I'm not gonna lie, my mother-in-law was at my home doing my gardening for me today because
Nice.
it's usually just a waste of money. Anytime I buy something and try to work on it, it doesn't last
I
very
know
long.
Ashley's been learning a lot from Tanya over there at Royal City, so that's good.
Yes, and one of our producers here, Alan, is also a great gardener who gives a lot of tips. He should do a section
He
with
keeps
him.
the plants alive.
Yes, he does. Well, if you're looking to garden outside, we do have some good water, some rain coming for the plants tomorrow, potentially, and then it will stay dry for the rest of the week. So let's start to take a look at our forecast as of right now outside. You can see those green trees. Thankfully, those take care of themselves. If I had anything to do with it, those would not be green right now, but Mother Nature is pretty good at keeping everything green through parts of the summer at least. We're not looking at any dry stretches right now, so that's great news for our trees and our grass and our gardens. Our high today, 26 degrees, not too far from our normal of 25. Our overnight low into the lower teens, not far off of our normal of 14 either. As of right now, across central and southern Ontario, we're looking at 25 degrees in Mount Forest, 23 in Goderich, 24 in Windsor, and 28 degrees in Toronto. 25 right now in KW. Overnight tonight, we're going to see some increasing cloud cover and a low between about 12 to 14 degrees, depending on where you are in Waterloo region. And near midnight, we're going to see those cloud cover increase, as mentioned. And with that, we're looking at some precipitation into the early morning hours. Tomorrow, for your day, just to summarize, about 25 degrees is the high we're looking at, with a humidex closer to 28. And we do have a risk of thunderstorms throughout the afternoon. So let's time this out for you right now. We're looking at dry conditions overnight tonight. As you wake up tomorrow morning around 6-7 a.m., that's when we'll start to see some rain push in off of Lake Huron. Now through the afternoon, we could see a risk of thunderstorms. This part of the radar here, 3 o'clock, showing to the north and south of us. But through the afternoon, we do see a slight risk here in KW as well. Of course, if we start to see those thunderstorms, we'll see some increased winds as well from the southwest, pushing that warm air up at about 20 to 40 kilometers per hour. And then into the rest of your work week, we are going to warm up and dry out. 27 is the high for your Thursday. Friday, 24 degrees with sunshine, and Saturday will be a beautiful, gorgeous day with a high of 25.
Okay, conditions looking good. Krista, thanks so much. Still ahead on CTV News at 5, a Kitchener restaurant marks a major milestone. Charcoal Steakhouse celebrates 70 years in business. How they continue to serve up success next. And here's what you need to know. It's Dance It Off Tuesday at Waterloo Public Square tonight. Learn how to West Coast swing. No experience is necessary. The event's happening between 7 and 10, and it is free. Stay with us.
When you see it happen, send it to CTV News. Text 10400. From your screen to ours. Text 10400. Download the CTV News app and stay on top of local stories as they unfold.
We go to a dramatic scene unfolding.
Customize your feed and watch live wherever you are. CTVKitchener.ca, your home for news.
Kitchener Radio changes July 28th.
Virgin Radio is moving to 99.5.
And Bounce moves to 105.3.
We'll be 99.5 Virgin Radio. And we'll be Bounce 105.3.
Same stations.
Different frequencies. It's time to reset your preset.
In tonight's Digital Dive, the Bare Naked Ladies are set to hit the stage at Kitchener's Centre in the Square. The Canadian Music Hall of Fame inductees are set to perform at 8 p.m. Saturday, November 21st. To find out more about when tickets go on sale, scan the QR code, download the CTV News app, or go to ctvnewskitchener.ca. Here's the final 5 stories we're keeping an eye on today. The Ontario government says the wildfire situation is improving.
Although we continue to see an active fire season here across Ontario, we are making steady progress with fewer fires burning out of control and more people returning to their communities.
Officials say there are 152 active wildfires burning in this province. 12 of them are not under control. Of the 14 communities that have been evacuated, 6 have been allowed to return home, and 1 is in the process of returning. Researchers at the University of Waterloo are hoping to use artificial intelligence to help save lives during house fires. Researchers conducted 13 experimental fires in a burn house on campus, using 175 sensors to measure different things like temperature, airflow, and burn rate. They found that modern energy-efficient homes and synthetic furniture can burn differently, creating dangerous, toxic smoke, much like in oxygen-starved rooms. The goal is to predict fire behavior in real time, paving the way for smart evacuation systems and safer building codes.
So AI is really powerful in being able to look for patterns across large groups of data and help us reveal fundamental insights about what's going on, so we can understand when a fire changes its behavior, what's driving that, and we can use those scientific insights that we gain to better understand fires and forecast their behavior.
At 6, CTV's Heather Centerin speaks to a member of the fire research group. In British Columbia, farmers gathered for an annual tradition today to give away free ugly produce, vegetables that would otherwise be tossed away. More than 30,000 people turned up for this year's Ugly Potato Day, setting a new world record for the largest donation of produce in 24 hours. More than 246,000 kilograms were given away, topping the 2016 record set in Sacramento, California. The produce was either damaged or too small to sell in stores. High school students are learning carpentry skills this week in 6 nations of the Grand River. It's a partnership between MicroPro Sienna Plus, 6 Nations, Skills Ontario, and the First Nation Métis Inuit Initiative. Around 15 to 20 high school students are building picnic tables that will be donated to the community. Leading the workshop is Mi'kmaq carpenter and content creator Danica Coakley, who says when she was going through training, there weren't a lot of females or Indigenous participants.
I love seeing all of the kids get excited about it, but I specifically love seeing females only because we are so underrepresented in trades in general as females, but then also as Black, Indigenous, people of color. You don't hardly see that on TV, on anything really. So for them to be able to see me, I really hope they're like, okay, she can do it, I can do it.
At 6, Colton Wayne speaks with some of the participants about the program and the skills they're learning. And finally for us, a Kitchener restaurant is celebrating 7 decades of serving up steaks and upscale dishes. Charcoal Steakhouse is marking its 70th anniversary this year. The business began in 1956 when the owners bought a 30-seat restaurant called the Charcoal Pit on the outskirts of Kitchener. Within a couple of years, they renamed it to Charcoal Steakhouse, and as its loyal customer base grew, the restaurant needed to grow too. So in 1976, they moved to the King Street East location, where it remains today, becoming a Waterloo Region landmark.
Anybody can cook a steak at home. Anybody can cook a pizza at home. Anybody can open a beer at home. Anybody can pour a glass of wine at home. So we have to go above that, and people are coming here not obviously for the quality of food, but they're coming here for the overall experience.
At 6, CTV's Spencer Turcotte will tell us how the business continues to grow and how the last 70 years has shaped its identity. So we'll have that story and more for you at the top of the hour. For now, we'll check in with our colleagues over at CTV National News. Have a good night. Take care. Thanks for watching.